Hi, everybody. My name is Shawn, and welcome to the Redox Movement. And we're here to talk about something the company has just recently launched in April called Cell Performance. And it's a new division, and it addresses common issues like fatigue, brain fog, anxiety, stress, and overwhelm. And we're going to do a little bit of a round robin today about the products and what they do, further on their benefits, what they involve in terms of the ingredients. So I'm going to kick it over to Franchesca to get us started.
All right. Yeah, I'm going to share a little bit about Redox Energy. And Redox Energy helps to provide sustained energy. And it's definitely worth noting that the company invested in studies to prove, so to speak, that the supplement does actually provide sustained energy, and it helps with fatigue and tiredness. And the study was actually done with Kantar Group, and this was earlier in 2022, where the participants in the study experienced 82% of the participants in the study experienced increased energy levels. And then 76% of the participants in the study felt that the energy that was provided was like a good for you energy, as opposed to energy that heightened and then crashed. And so it's worth noting that the data is actually speaking for itself, and that people have been experiencing sustained energy. And I was going to share a little bit about the makeup and the ingredients of the sustained of the energy supplement. So this supplement includes a specific blend and specific proportions that make it synergistic with the redox signaling molecules already found in our ASEA Redox, as well as Renew 28. There is natural guarana, and that helps. That's one of the main supplements within energy that helps to provide alertness. And in addition to some other supplements, vitamin B3, vitamin B6 and 12, that overall supports the body's natural energy levels and helps to protect the cells. There's also L-theanine that's been proven to help focus and boost your mood. And I know that Shawn's going to share a little bit about mood as well, but it's worth noting that Redox Energy helps with boosting your mood while promoting brain cell and neural protection. And also ginseng. I know a lot of people are familiar with the ginseng extract. So the ginseng extract that's found in energy promotes cognitive output. So just some components that are really beneficial, especially with everything going on today. A lot of fatigue, a lot of tiredness, everyone's busy. A lot going on. And so energy is definitely significant. And personally, when I do take the Redox Energy, I notice that I'm able to have enough energy to get through the day, but it's not like I am jittery and I don't crash at the end of the day. It's like a natural energy that just feels good. And I guess that goes back to the clinical trials where people just said it was like a feel-good energy. It just felt good. It felt natural. And and so that's really been really beneficial for me personally. And I know that Shawn and Ricardo have some other points to share. Ricardo, are you going to share a little bit about mine and how it's been beneficial?
Sure. Yeah, I will. And actually, I'll touch on also how energy, my experience with energy. I take energy almost daily, and I mentioned this in another video, I like to take it maybe like midday, like around 3 o'clock, just to make sure I have, just that sustained energy as I go through the rest of the day, and I take it with mine. But I had, and Shawn's going to talk about mood. So, but I have my experience with energy includes my experience with mood. And so when I first got these products, I tried mood in the morning because it's not really for sleeping, but it helps you relax. But I find it does kind of helps you sleep a little bit. So I took it one day in the morning before I meditated, just so I can feel like deeper in my meditation. And it was like 10 o'clock and I was like, why am I'm sleepy? Like, why am I so, I was trying to figure out, like, I feel like I need to go take a nap. I was like, wait, I think it might be mood. Well, I was like, well, that means it works. And also means I can't take it in the morning. So I was like, well, I'm gonna try my energy. So I tried energy, and yeah, then I felt, I was no longer tired. So, and then another experience that included mind and energy was at the ASEA convention in April when they released and announced and released these products. And for one night, I couldn't sleep. I woke up in the middle of the night and I literally could not fall back to sleep. For people that have experienced like no sleep and trying to get through the day, it's tough. So I was like, I have a whole day. And I was just like, well, I'm about to see what these products can do. I remember I went to one of the restaurants in the hotel right before I ate. I mixed them, energy and a mind, and I was blown away. I was blown away of how just like good I felt. Like, I felt like I slept, and I was like, okay, they got something here. And I actually saw the who's the operations manager and the president in the hall, and I said, his name is Scott Aldridge, and I said, Scott, these products, yeah, they're the real deal. They work, because yeah, I felt great. So, but yeah, a little bit more about mine. So mind is for, make sure you have sustained attention and shorter response time and quicker thinking. It just so supports your attention, your working memory, and your long-term memory. Also spatial recognition and recognition memory. I'm not even really sure what that means, but and it also is really good for brain health. And just like Franchesca shared, it has some key ingredients that target these areas in the mind and mental performance. And the first is red orange complex. That helps support antioxidants that support the spatial and recognition of memory and just improve memory. It has zinc. I'm sure most people are familiar with zinc. Zinc helps with certain brain chemicals, shorter response time. It also helps elevate stress. It also has something called nootropic blend that supports the neurotransmitter functions in our relay information, how we able to better, quicker relay things from our memory. And another ingredient, and I saved this one for last because it's my favorite, and bear with me as I try to pronounce it. It's called nicotinamide mononucleotide, but better known as MNN. And MNN is a precursor for something called NAD+. And maybe a lot of people haven't heard of NAD+, but it's a whole market in of itself. Like you can find products that just contain MNN. It's going for $30, $40, $50, if not more, because it's a whole market. Because NAD is just a really powerful component to the body and as far as youthfulness. So that is when I saw it had that, I was like, oh my gosh, that's like a really, really key ingredient. And just like energy, they have the Cantor group did a study, and 86% of the participants reported increased focus. 76% had a good, it provided good, it was good for the energy actually. 82% of the participants felt more focused and accomplished, and they could accomplish more. And 80% of the participants said it helped improve mental clarity and reduce brain fog in their mind. So that's a little bit about mind. And so with that, Shawn's going to touch on mood. So Shawn, and if y'all have experience with mind, please share.
Yeah, I wanted to jump in on the energy and mind mixture. I occasionally take care of my grandchildren. I definitely put some energy and mind together on that particular day. And it was beautiful because it had a combination of that smooth energy, but also great focus on everything. Everything was coming in a way that I had a sense of being in tune with all of the sort of stimuli that was coming into my world around the kids. So it was really a really nice experience. None of it, as Franchesca mentioned, none of it was jittery. None of it felt in a out of body sort of way. It was just very much me in charge of me at a higher energy level. So I really, really appreciated that. The mood has been also a very great experience for me. The first time I tried mood, I had a tension headache. And I thought, well, let me just see what mood does. I was going to have some chamomile tea anyway. And since I already know that you can put these powders into anything, I went ahead and put it into chamomile tea. And each one of these has a different kind of flavor to it. Energy's got citrus, mine has a berry flavor, and the mood has a tropical flavor. And it actually is one of my favorites because of that flavoring. And I took the mood within the tea, and I could feel that the tension headache was releasing. It maybe took 15, max 20 minutes, but it released that tension headache. And, that's in keeping with the ingredients. A main ingredient in the proprietary blend is called GABA. And GABA is also known as gamma aminobutyric acid. And it's a naturally occurring neurotransmitter. And it's designed to help our central nervous system kind of de-stress and have less activity. So it's a calming neurotransmitter. And that plays itself out in other ingredients, that idea of calming. Another one that's a nutritional or a plant is saffron. That's used to help with sleep. So it makes sense, Ricardo, that you actually felt sleepy when you took the mood, because there's something in it that does help to bring on sleep. And some of the other ingredients in it that people might be familiar with, and I'm going to read it right from the brochure because I don't have it to memory. It's L-tyrosine. That also is an elevated expression of redox enzymes to help regulate mood. Ashwagandha is something that's pretty available and popular right now in the speak around low anxiety and de-stressing. And it does create a feeling of relaxation that, in combination with the vitamin Bs and natural herbs that regulate stress hormones to improve relaxation. And similar to the other kinds of tests and information that came back from consumers drinking mood, like the energy and the mind, overall 80% of the people who were in this study, the Kantar study, expressed feelings of more relaxation. 80% had an improved mood, and 77% said that it really helped them stay cool and calm. And the idea here is decompress and de-stress, and a mood really, really does fulfill that bargain. So it's a great way to do it in a way that is going to not conk you out and have you be groggy the next day in any way, shape, or form, but rather just allows you to take the edge off your day and create a sense of calm and ease into or out of your day.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, whenever, I don't take mood daily, but whenever I'm stressed or or anxious after whatever, I'll that's when I take my mood.
Yeah, I've noticed the same thing. It definitely helps sleep. Taking it before bed is beneficial to kind of ease you into a state of relaxation and just kind of calm everything down. Yeah, and Shawn, I'm glad that you shared about the chamomile tea, and that was something because I would just normally take it with like warm water, but
Mhm.
if you take it with like herbal tea, then you don't have to have an additional sweetener because it's already naturally sweet. Like all three of them are naturally sweet. They have different flavors, like Shawn had said. But that's a great idea. Like I think I'm gonna try that, moving
Really
forward,
good.
opposed to just having it with water, to use it with tea and just get that double benefit. You get the herbal component as well as the nutrients of the mood. So thank you for that, Shawn.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Awesome.
So, we're going to wrap it up pretty soon, but we wanted to just really give you a little bit more around what we touched on in an earlier video. I guess we could say a little bit more before we do wrap up is if people are thinking about how does this interplay with our flagship products of the ASEA Redox that have cell signaling in them, that are redox signaling molecules in those products. These don't do that. These don't have that. But what they are is they're based on what are called redox principles. And the redox principles are, just to tick them off for you, not to need to become, some sort of biochemist at this point, but we're just wanting to let you know that these are it's really thoughtful what went into these products, and they align with the cellular health brand that ASEA is. So these are designed to do 4 different things in terms of the redox principles that they address. And the 4 things have to do with cell regulation, or gene regulation, I should say. They also have to do with cell protection, and they have to do with repair and recovery. And they also have to do with adaptive response. And then just to say a little bit more about adaptive response, the other 3 are more or less self-explanatory. The gene regulation one has to do with turning on or off genes, and activating genes. The adaptive response one is one where your cells can take even a toxin and kind of learn from what that toxin tells the cell. And it can, next time it experiences that toxin, it can learn how to manage the effects of it in a positive way. So again, gene regulation, cell protection. The other one is recovery and repair, which is kind of what it sounds like when cell is damaged, be able to initiate a repair or a recovery. And then the one having to do with adaptive response, having to do with that toxin piece. So the way these play themselves out in these products is that at least 2 of those 4 redox principles are at work in how these ingredients were chosen. And in many of the cases, 3 or 4, all 4 of the redox principles are met in terms of these proprietary blends and how they were choosing the list of things that we talked about earlier. So while they don't have redox signaling in them, what they're doing is initiating a redox response in the cell at a very specific level. And that's why we're able to drink these particular powders and know that energy will be elicited, or clarity of mind is going to be elicited, or de-stressing and anti-anxiety is going to be elicited because of the way these blends have been put together, and knowing what they do at the cellular level to initiate these responses in a very targeted manner.
Well said. Well said. All right. Well, if anybody has any questions about a particular cell performance line, cell performance products, energy, mood, or mind, mind, yeah, reach out. We want to learn more about the principles that Shawn touched on, reach out. But outside of that, this was valuable. You can like it, subscribe for more of our content. And we look forward to sharing more in the future, everybody. Talk to you later.
See you next time.
Bye.